wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for a kindness. So, wherever there is a human being, there is either an opportunity for a kindness, understanding, character, humility, empathy, compassion, and virtue for himself as well as from the others, between one another, or an opportunity, everlasting problem for a crisis, desperation, frustration, envy, jealousy, and comparison, arrogance, and other problematic behaviors and bad virtues and vicious attitudes, depending upon ourselves and also in determination and measure of our psyche, conditioning, behavior, attitude, and what we have learned, developed, grown, cultivated about and within ourselves, as we're going to finally behave with that kind of behavior and output the attitudes that we have developed, practice, and said all this time. So ultimately, everything depends upon us and boils down to our shoulders in one way or another as to what we think, say, do, achieve, become in our lives, and also as to how we decide to treat the others or one another with either respect, humility, character, understanding, justice, equality, liberty, and other virtues, or with disdain, corruption, envy, lust, wickedness. It all depends upon us because we are inevitably, unavoidably, undeniably responsible entirely for our nature, character, behavior, action, psychology, as well as for our success or setback or downfall also, and not necessarily the others, because we have been already given, bestowed, and provided with enough power, faculty, and the freedom of thinking, processing, learning, growing that we can make almost anything possible in our lives depending upon those powers. And obviously, in the modern context, that is not necessarily true because of the external chaos, societal discriminations, barriers, boundaries, educational bounds, the merit and caste systems that obviously are going to hold us back in one way or another, despite our talent, intelligence, morality. So, even if we are talented, sovereign, distinguished, virtuous, distinct at the end of the day, then also we're not necessarily going to be successful, prosperous, wealthy, famous. We're not going to come into the possession of great success because wherever there is a human being, there is also a crisis, there is also discrimination. We are also responsible for the chaos that we have created, that we're in one way or another, and we cannot lose accountability for that, what we have created. So, wherever there is a human being, there is an inevitable, undeniable opportunity for either a kindness or a crisis, or chaos, confusion, disorder, mayhem, or virtue altogether in its entirety, depending upon as to how we behave